Good afternoon, everyone. This is Steve Morey, Vice President of Business Development here at the Tampa Hillsboro EDC. I hope all is well. It is 1 o'clock on the dot. We will give it a couple of minutes just to see if we have anybody else that joins us. Just let me welcome you to the latest edition of our Compass webinar series. Growing fast, need staff, 8 ways to get the hiring and training support you need. We'll give it a minute and I will be back on. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the latest edition of the Tampa Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation's Compass webinar series. Growing fast, need staff, 8 ways to get the hiring and training support you need. We have Jason Druding here with us from CareerSource Tampa Bay, and he will be joining in on the webinar momentarily. Just a couple of housekeeping issues before we get started here. As you can see on your screen, we do have chat enabled, so if you do have questions as we go through the webinar, please enter any questions, comments in the chat box, and we will try to get through to them at the end of the webinar. Once again, it's great to have you all on here. For those of you who may be new to Tampa Hillsboro EDC, I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes going over who we are and what we can do for businesses, and narrow it down before I turn it over to Jason from CareerSource. First of all, the Tampa Hillsboro EDC, we are dedicated to developing a thriving local economy. We focus on recruiting companies in our targeted industries from outside of the state of Florida and measure ourselves by new, high-paying jobs and capital investment. Our vision is that we want to be recognized nationally as a community transformed by job growth, business innovation, and international trade. And our values, which actually are located in large letter on the wall right behind me, are: we think big, we engage in teamwork, we hold ourselves accountable, we believe in our community, and we do the right thing. And those are exemplified in the words vision, collaboration, results, pride, and integrity. What we do: recruitment. We recruit companies in the form of jobs and capital investments from outside of the state of Florida. Retention and expansion. We spend 80% of our time probably, because we know that 80% of new job growth is actually going to come from our existing businesses. So we have a very detailed calling program, our BRE program, where we try and reach out to as many businesses in Hillsborough County to find out what opportunities there are, what hurdles you may be facing, and plug you in as a connector to the Hillsborough County business resource that can help you get through those. If you have not participated in that program, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll have one of my business development team members come out and visit you. Also, we do international business development. Again, this comes in the form of recruiting foreign direct investment to Hillsborough County, and also meeting with manufacturers and other businesses around Hillsborough County. In specific instances, we could assist you in your exporting needs, whether you're exporting and you want to export more, or you want to understand how to get into the exporting game. And again, we market Hillsborough County and we are supported by our crack research staff that gives us the information that we need to do our job. And of course, we wouldn't be anything if we didn't have all our investors out there supporting us. So we have an investor relations team. So how can we help? If you're an existing business in Hillsboro County, we can certainly help you with local market expertise. That is our research and development department. That also includes custom research and business intelligence. Plug you into what financial incentives might be offered by our local and state partners. We can plug you into an expedited permitting process. And certainly our leadership is made up of the academic, government, and business leaders of this community, and we can help you gain access to them. Employee relocation and recruitment assistance if you are bringing somebody in from elsewhere, and marketing and community outreach, but specifically get to the spoke that is on the right-hand side of this graphic, workforce training. And we're going to get pretty deep into that today. So thank you once again for being here on our webinar today. At this point in time, I will hand it over to Jason Druding from CareerSource Tampa Bay.
And thank you very much, Steve. And good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Jason Druding with CareerSource Tampa Bay. I'm a special projects coordinator with CareerSource Tampa Bay, meaning I am involved in a number of projects and programs, including business development opportunities, as well as training and development, and also Tampa Bay Intern, our professional talent networking groups, and also general job order management. So today what we're going to do is provide you with an overview of business services, which is our department that is focused solely upon folks such as yourselves, meaning the businesses within the Tampa Bay area. We provide a multitude of services, and our mission is built around those services to employers, in which we are here to connect you to the qualified talent, the skilled talent, and also connect these residents of Hillsboro County with career and economic development opportunities in order to gain prosperity across the region. So how do we do that? Well, we have a number of locations in which we can help you, including our North Florida office, our North Tampa office on Florida Avenue, in Brandon, Plant City, and Ruskin, and then our corporate offices are located on Eisenhower Boulevard in the Town and Country area of Tampa. Each office has a dedicated team of business services staff, to include an account executive who oversees a team of recruiters and placement specialists who work basically to fill positions that are posted with our offices. So that team itself we are involved in candidate recruitment, training and development opportunities. Those are basically our focal points within our offices. Our business services recruiters are tasked with identifying the best talent for the positions that are posted with us, and our account executives work closely with the businesses and employers within the area, designed to ensure that we're aware of what your needs are and ensure that our team is working to identify candidates to fill those needs. From a training and development perspective, it can go as specific as to we're looking to do internal training within our organization, or it could be something designed to we're looking to hire some candidates who recently completed training and providing reimbursements. And we'll go over some of those details here in just a moment. So the Recruitment Solutions. CareerSource Tampa Bay is not a staffing agency. We're actually the Regional Workforce Board for Hillsboro County. We do serve a similar function to what a staffing agency would do. We are also not an HR or HR-oriented team in that particular sense. We assist employers basically via posting via the Employ Florida Marketplace, and also utilize other resources, including Nation's Job, Monster, ZipRecruiter. We provide candidates and also employers with labor market information, which outlines, for example, what is a rate of pay that we would like to push for a CFO or even a laborer or customer service. We can provide information to you that helps you to determine whether or not you're competitive within the market. The professional talent networking groups and transition and executive networks are groups that are designed for professionals with at least a bachelor's degree or 10 years of professional level experience. And our transition and executive network is built around executives in transition, meaning CFOs, senior directors, so on and so forth. These professionals meet on a weekly basis for our professional talent groups, and for the transition and executives, They meet monthly, and we encourage employers and businesses to come in and speak to these groups to provide information on current openings, information about their business, and also relevant topics to career development and basically recruiting opportunities, providing insight on networking and how it works. The Tampa Bay Intern Program is specifically designed to help connect businesses to candidates seeking internships, and these can be current college students or recent graduates within 1 year of graduation. What we're finding here is that the millennial generation, for lack of a better term, is having difficulty with identifying opportunities or gaining real-world work experience outside of their traditional serving jobs or retail-oriented jobs. So the internship program is a wonderful way for employers such as yourselves to essentially shape that millennial workforce that is soon going to be the majority of the workforce as the baby boomer generation continues to retire. We also provide opportunities for targeted recruitment events, either at your location or at our locations. We also host multiple career fairs. In fact, coming up here at the end of February, we're hosting our Professional Mixer, which is an invitation-only job fair / networking event. We have about 3 employer spots still available. There is a minimum requirement of a position. You have to have at least 3 open positions, and they each have to pay at least $40,000 a year or more. It is invitation only, so the candidates are carefully screened prior to receiving an invitation, and those that are not invited will never be able to attend that particular event. So it's a very different type of quote-unquote job fair that we would run on that front. So our team is managed essentially by our Director of Business Services, who is Haley Lewin, and then we have account executives housed in each of our offices who are the employers or the business's main point of contact when it comes to the job orders, recruitment information, training and development opportunities, so on and so forth. They are there to connect with you, to chat with you about your particular needs and ensure that your needs are being met through our services. They're assigned to a specific geographical area and designated by zip code. That way we ensure that you have a person that you can contact when you are in need of assistance. If we're not meeting your expectations, we also want to know about it. From the recruiting and referral services standpoint, there is no cost for any of these particular services. This includes assistance with posting the job vacancies to Employ Florida, the pre-screening of candidates, and also the referral of those candidates directly to your organization, whether it be via a website through which they need to apply, or whether it's through direct referral via email, outlining exactly how those candidates are qualified. You can also access Employ Florida directly as a database to source and recruit candidates on your own. There's more than 100,000 candidates actively seeking opportunities across the region, which includes the entire state of Florida, if you wish. From a veterans perspective, there are a lot of companies that are looking to enhance their veteran recruitment efforts and also identify potential talent. We have a number of opportunities that can assist you in that realm. All veterans receive priority of service through our organization, meaning that they are the first to be served, even if there's a line out the door. If there's a veteran in place, they go to the front of the line. We have a military family employment advocate as well, who's stationed out at MacDill Air Force Base. In addition, we have a disabled veterans outreach program specialist and also local veteran employment representatives whose goal is to help veterans become work ready upon transition, and also the veteran employment representatives are designed to help businesses connect to the veteran community. We conduct outreach to federal contractors, help them remain within compliance as far as diversity recruitment and so on and so forth on that note. And all veterans are encouraged and able to participate in our professional talent networking groups, which helps them bridge that gap from transition of service into the civilian world. We also have a close partnership with the local military, including the reserve networks, as well as MacDill Air Force Base. And then our professional talent networking groups. As I touched on earlier, all of the candidates must possess a bachelor's degree or 10 years of professional management experience. This is a talent pool of over 500 individuals between Hillsboro and Pinellas County that is available and actively seeking employment opportunities, and it ranges from CFOs and CEOs down to financial analysts, to project managers, to engineers, to systems engineers, to computer programmers. I could go on, of course. Our Transition and Executive Network, a previous member of our group, is now currently the Chief Operations Officer at Tampa Tank and Florida Steel, who I believe may be on this call with us today. Another is now a current Scrum Master with TriBridge. Just an example of the types of individuals that we've had come through this particular group that we assist with resume development, interview skills, also developing their personal brand, essentially. There is an opportunity, and we encourage all of you to participate as a featured employer. regardless if you have current openings or not. Ensuring that your brand is being presented to individuals seeking employment opportunities is always important. A business services recruiter serves as a liaison between those candidates and the employers we serve. So there's always a connection between CareerSource Tampa Bay and the employers that we serve in addition to the candidates themselves. Tampa Bay Intern. This is, again, an additional site that we utilize in order to connect to college students and recent graduates. Businesses typically utilize interns as a project-based internship or as a conduit in order to create a talent pipeline. In addition, others may not be able to utilize interns at all because they're not sure where to start, they're not sure how to find the interns, and they're not sure how to actually get connected to them. We can assist with all of those particular avenues. In addition to posting a position to Employ Florida Marketplace, we also will post the position to Tampa Bay Intern, post it on LinkedIn, post it through our social media sites via Twitter and Facebook. We do posting of positions, recruitment, and referral, meaning we contact these candidates, we screen them, and we refer them directly to the opportunities. To date, there's over 2,000 registered interns on the site, and more than 600 employers have registered and utilized our services. I'm sure there's many more that could utilize them as well. The site itself is tampabayintern.com, and we actually just went through version 4 update where you can actually do video interviews and a messaging interface directly through the site. So you don't even have to log on or log off the site, reach out to that candidate. You can set up interviews and review resumes and candidate profiles directly through that particular portal. We can also help you as well through direct recruiting. From a training and development perspective, and there's a ton of acronyms here, so I'm gonna avoid those as much as I can. The on-the-job training program, paid work experience, employed worker training, incumbent worker training, quick response training, career prep center, and our tech hire grants. All these are grant-funded initiatives through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunities Act, which is a federal program that was launched most recently in 2015 with the most recent changes. The on-the-job training program, for example, can provide your company with up to $4,000 in reimbursements for specifically qualified candidates, meaning that over the first 10 weeks, we'll reimburse you a maximum of up to $4,000 from any referral source as long as we're able to screen those candidates for eligibility 1 business day prior to their start date. That means if a candidate walked through your door, applied to your job, and you decided this person's great, we want to hire them, we can determine if they're eligible for any of these programs. The Paid Work Experience program is focused on the young adult or the millennial generation, those individuals 18 to 24. On average, we see an unemployment rate around 27% for those individuals in that age group. So much in fact they're now being known as a boomerang generation, meaning they graduate from college and boomerang back home into their parents' home or couch, whichever the case may be. Similar to the OJT program, the only difference is we can cover 100% of their wages paid over a training period. And it also may be able to roll into an OJT program with a maximum training period of 10 weeks. Again, this can come from any referral source. The only key to this component is sharing of information. We just need to know prior to their start date so we can do the referral for you. Employed worker training. These are grants that are for your existing workforce. There's a targeted industries requirement. There's additional information that's available either through the EDC or through our site as well. Currently, there's about $150,000 to $200,000 still available for this particular program for this program year, and a company can receive up to $50,000 in funding for this particular training. Proposals are submitted through our website, directly through our information that's contained there, and we can help you out with that as well. The Incumbent Worker Training is a state-run program. The EDC, of course, has information on this program, as we do as well, so either one of us would be happy to assist you with that. Funding is available, of course, until fully allocated, and there's a $30,000 maximum, and an employer chooses what, who, and how, meaning you can choose who the trainer is, if it's internal, if it's external, so on and so forth. Small businesses less than 50 people have priority with this training. Quick response training is, again, provided funding through reimbursement, which assists with training for new or expanding businesses, which is right in Steve's wheelhouse, essentially, as far as the EDC is concerned. Funding, again, is available until fully allocated, and the employer has the choice as to the who, what, when, where, and how. One of the newest programs that we've recently launched through CareerSource Tampa Bay within the past 2 years is our Career Prep Center. We provide short-term pre-vocational training to individuals who qualify within 3D basically 3D digital fabrication, which is 3D printing, certified production technician, construction apprenticeship programs, industrial machine maintenance, soldering and cabling, welding and fabrication. For example, the welding program is an 8-week program that teaches the fundamental basics of welding. This is not a welding apprenticeship program, so a trainee coming out of this particular class is not a full-blown welder, but they can work as a welder's assistant and continue through under training within that organization. The key component is all completers of these training programs qualify for our on-the-job training or paid-to-work experience programs. There is inherent risk at all times of hiring someone who's got little to no experience within a particular field or has recently been trained. We understand that component, and we try to provide and mitigate funding to help mitigate that risk. Tampa Bay Tech Hire. This is our newest initiative that was recently launched. It's funded with a $3.7 million grant that was awarded to CareerSource Tampa Bay as well as other community partners, including the Tampa Bay Innovation Alliance, the University Area Community Development Center, in partnership with USF, SPC. I could go on the partnership side. This is open to individuals between the ages of 17 to 29, unemployed or underemployed, as well as incumbent workers, and it has a variation of training programs that are related to IT and healthcare. There may be additional programs that could be available based on employer need and demand. Training completers who meet specific requirements may also be eligible for our OJT and paid work experience funding. So if you know anyone who's between the ages of 17 and 29 that is interested in technology or has some experience that could benefit from this, definitely have them get in touch with us. We'd be happy to help them out. For more information, you can contact Maginda Montero. She's feeling ill today, so she was unable to participate, and Steve stepped in on her behalf. Or myself, Jason Druding, the project coordinator with CareerSource Tampa Bay. I don't see any questions in our chat box as of this time, but we'd be happy to field any questions that you all might have as we're going forward. Were there any questions from the group at all? Hi, Rich. I see your question there. We can certainly share the webinar with everyone. It'll actually be posted to the EDC website and also be shared on social media, and you will also receive an email. Any other questions for us?
Maybe.
With regards to the question that refers to us acting as a staffing agency, we could certainly assist and discuss that a little bit further as far as the details of the new employment on a 90-day temp to perm basis. We have worked with, in fact, staffing agencies do post with us, and we can post temporary to permanent positions on the website, so that should not be an issue at all. And then Mr. Ingwall, for the OJT reimbursement, it would be open to candidates who have completed school. Those candidates that are still in school would not be able to qualify for the OJT program based on the federal guidelines, but it is a possibility. Our current placement rate would be a number that I would have to get for you. I don't have it off the top of my head. However, I will tell you that our region on the Hillsboro County side has been number 1 out of 24 workforce boards for the past 6 months, which is placing quite a few candidates in that particular realm. Thank you very much. For the question regarding from Francis with Reflections Technologies, is there a list of available candidates? Certainly. There is a, depending on what you're looking for on that particular front, we could certainly develop something along those lines, and we can even recruit based on a particular job description. It just depends on exactly what you may be seeking. OJT, do that. And you are correct. The OJT and PWE programs are typically designed only for direct hire. Temp to perm positions through a staffing agency would not qualify. The goal for those particular programs is long-term gainful employment, and when federal funding is tied to it, the goal there would be to ensure that the workforce is maintained and there's strength that's built into the region itself. Very good question. Well, if that concludes all of the questions, and if there are any additional questions, feel free to pop up in the chat room real fast and we'll stay on. This was scheduled till 2, but we've concluded the presentation fairly quickly, so you are welcome, of course, to email me directly or email Steve or Maginda directly. We'd be happy to address any questions or concerns going forward. All right, well, very well. Well, that will conclude our session. I do thank you all very much for your time and attention, and we look forward to chatting with you and meeting with you soon. Have a great day.